All right, traders, welcome on back. Wrapping things up here, not just for today, but for this week altogether, Friday, April 26th. Great to see all of our students still joining us here later, just in time for her famous Friday riddle. Great to have her with us, giving me the green light, as does Michael, meaning loud and clear. So great to have them back. Great to have all of us back on social media, at least Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. At Cyber Trading You, just always look to see that popping up on the lower left there. Be a friend, tell a friend. Always look to follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell or icon there as well. But hey, we have a lot of us inside our trading room here, and especially a lot waiting for class. We got the Phase 2 stock course finishing up actually this afternoon, just for the month of April. And we'll be talking all about studying and planning ahead. Sounds very exciting, doesn't it? No, of course, this is the next evolution from the journaling class that we so importantly teach and go through in Phase 1. And, at least at this point, this will be where I can have a better chance to show you how to go through trades on your own in hindsight, not just like how to journal, not just the fact that you need to. We did that already. Trust me, we're not even going to show a journal. We're just going to go over Bookmap. We're going to go over trades live and from earlier today, realizing why they made the exact move in which they made. And the more often that we see these similar patterns play out, well, the hope is to be more reactant in the heat of the moment, right? When money's on the line, come Monday, come Tuesday, whenever it is. So at least with that said, Snapchat was a nice trade earlier today. Essentially, this all but filled the gap here. So, basically from back in the beginning of this year, it broke down from 15 bucks, even higher, but essentially here built out as support become resistance. I don't even think it touched 15 exactly, but eventually it built that top, came back down. So, heading into the afternoon, does this look as good here? Honestly, looks like a better short, right? But I'll come back to this trade at least if you want me to at the end. We'll just rip it right from top to bottom here. Market is pulling back a little bit altogether. So maybe we'll see support hold here at some point, but maybe there could be a couple good shorts. So let's just jump right from top to bottom and see. BDRX, actually best trade of the day today, was not taking this thing. It was on our watch list, obviously, but as soon as the market opened up, this is where we say two things. A, wait the first 3 to 5 minutes. B, on a stock that gets halted on the way down, we talked about this in our morning class, that's practically game over. And that yellow line represents where it reopened up from. And we covered that all in our class earlier today, but nevertheless, we're not going to trade this now. We didn't from earlier. It's trash. A lot of trash out there, actually, this Friday afternoon. Not in accordance with the market pullback, but just like altogether, these stocks are all washed up, all exhausted. NIVF was a fantastic trade earlier today. Beautiful one, but now at this point, not so much. SPFM, wow. Still holding up here a little bit, this one, at least for now. So I could put this on our watch list to begin. Doesn't hurt. It looks like based off of level 2, at least. Focus on my level 2 there. Has a 1 cent spread. So at least for the time being, I'll put this on our list. I'll fix my matrix here over time. Can't give you the rhyme or reason as to why my platform does that for certain stocks. But nevertheless, IFBD not doing too hot. AGen just popped. This one just broke out now. Of 40%. I don't like the order book, right? Not a big fan of how big the spread is on that type of trade. It flattened out for like 2.5 hours, all for that pop. Is it going to continue? Is this real deal, or is this just a stupid head fake? Without there being any real money out there on the order book, any sort of volume out there, and I'll check level 4 to see if there's anything good. But right now I'm not fully sold on it. I'll come back to this one though, definitely at the end of it all. I'll put this on our side list at least for now. On our list, IBRX. All right, easy enough, right? There are certain stocks that are just easy enough for you to look at and consider. I actually forgot about this trade a little bit from earlier today. Did all right on it as it broke back above 633, 630 area, those two lines together, the purple and the white. But I left a lot of money on the table, right? So with that said, it's still pushing up nicely here. I had 750 in mind as my target. That was across a couple of trades actually as it moved up, but I'm out of it now. And if it pops, it pops. I'm not going to be really trading as I'm teaching class this afternoon. We're going to be going back in hindsight. So at least for IBRX and for all of us non-students, then you can look to see if this can make that push up to my target I had from earlier, $7.50. All right, so the other one, AGen, I'm going to write down for the side. I'll come back to that one in about 5 or so minutes. We keep skimming through. We keep running right through this list here. Snap not doing as good. I'm not going to put that on our list really at this point. Poet making higher highs back to back to back days. I mean that. Just look at that there. Nice pretty chart there moving on up. It's at the highs right now. Obviously, you're right near them, so it's hard for me to ignore it. For $2 stock, though, $2.50 stock, this thing's had a bit of a spread at times, this Poet trade. Fausto had a great call out on it at first one morning, and then like it pushed up, but then the spread opened up a lot. So he noticed that, and he was like, oh, guys, listen, this thing's not looking as good now. And that might happen here coming up. So at least for now, this one will at least make the cut, makes our watch list. But let's see if there's anything else looking more liquid, more filled in, even tighter spread. Familiar name, CXAI. That chart's not looking too good. All right, so got NVIDIA ETF here. We got the market, obviously, that was pushing up earlier today. So NVDL, NVIDIA ETF, that is. Google dropped off there. It didn't hold up as well. More of a gap fill play, perhaps off of earnings. DJT ran up earlier. Wow, that's kind of cool. I can't tell you why I had a resistance line here or a line at quadruple fours here, 44, but boy, did that hold pretty damn nicely just now. Okay. All right, I'll need to do a little bit of my own studying and planning ahead as to why I actually kept that line there. Folks, I barely remember what I had for breakfast in the morning, let alone as to me plotting a line here, maybe back from last week, earlier in the month. I probably should have deleted that crap, but interesting how that became resistance here today, that's for sure. All right, Bloom Energy, last couple here before we hop over to the loser side. Wow, I got a couple stocks down huge today. MFI, NWGL, geez, these got smoked to the point where you might get a dead cat bounce, but the order book is terrible here. Snap's trying to make a small bounce from the 1450. Intel, that was a good short at first, going into the open and after, and then it became a decent dead cat bounce. So some good volatility on Intel where you normally don't see it. Now, at this point, I think that trade's washed up, but probably keep that on our side list going into Monday. That's all. All right, and just like that, I'm below 5%. So if there's anything else looking good, Leda, Michael Grant, Kathleen, Leda, or I said Leda, all of our students here in our chat board right now, just let me know. Wendy, Brad, all of us here otherwise, Chuck, cleaning up there on IBRX. He took his money and ran from 7, basically. Ooh, I was about to jump over to a stock, and I just got to refilter my volume here on the scanner I'm using. So you got one here, and yeah, the chart does not look too hot there. Newsy, whatever you want to call this thing. Yeah, not looking too good. Pass on this. ANVS. I saw this AWIN trade earlier, and this thing crashed all the way back down. This is a total loser. All right, when I'm getting stocks like this from Benzinga Pro, as I say, I think that's my cue. So I'll go back to that last one we said, AGEN. I said I'd definitely come back to this one. Here we are. So don't have a big list. I can add it for right now. It's the least I could do. Nice little pop-up just here and see if this can keep squeezing up. Let's just look on the daily chart, though. Yeah, you can't really pinpoint one specific price. I was going to say maybe here, but I mean, it's possible that could be some resistance, but otherwise I was going to say maybe just a couple other prices on top the more it keeps pushing up here. That's a ways away. All right, so otherwise, folks, I think that we're going to call it. I mean, even heading into the early part of this afternoon, although we had some decent trades, there weren't many of them. So that's where I say we don't have a big watch list, and that's fine. We keep it simple here. So all in all, folks, on all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc., at Cyber Trading News, still there. But on the top left right there of that stream, you scan that QR code if you're interested in taking our taking our trial to our live trading room, a week-long trial. Just get you access there to see what we're all about. Do a live workshop every Tuesday, and then with that, just scan that QR code right there with your phone, with your camera to join. But for Leda, for Grant, for all of us there in chat right now, I'm just going to post the link for class there. I'm going to join the class coming up as well early. So, for all of our gold, platinum, and diamond students out there, just, I'll join a little bit early and just to kind of keep the chit chat going and talk about a few trades that we were in just earlier. The IBRX, I'll go over my thought process on that exclusively. We'll keep the audio going up until class. All right. Otherwise, hey, have a great weekend. We'll catch back with everyone going into next week. Next week is the Phase 3 stock course, the advanced trading class with Fausto. And with that in mind, hey, I know that a lot of our gold, platinum, diamond students as well looking forward to that. But just wanted to bring that up before we